No, 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 no. Welcome back, my friend. This is BjjBrick Quick. We're talking about jujitsu. Eventually. My name is Byron, and within about 5 to 7 minutes here, we'll talk about something, and we'll bring it onto jiu-jitsu mats, and we'll talk about jiu-jitsu. Several episodes in a row, been talking about Mount Kilimanjaro, to the country of Tanzania. Everywhere we went in Tanzania, we would routinely ask people just in conversation, what's your favorite food? Overwhelmingly, the favorite food was one of two things. Kind of, it's similar. But they would say ugali. And sometimes they would say, oh, I like mixed vegetables with ugali. And it took us a while. We tried to get ugali a few times. We asked on the mountain, hey, can we try some ugali? And they thought that was kind of funny. Like, why? Why would you want it? And eventually, when we were not on the mountain, I was able to order some and get some ugali. So what is ugali? It's made out of it's a corn product with maybe some wheat. It kind of looks like when you go to a Thai restaurant, and they make a little bowl of rice, and they take that bowl of rice and they put it upside down on your plate, and they take the bowl away, and there's a little shape of rice in the shape of the bowl. It looks like that, but it's not made out of rice. It's made out of corn, and I'm sure it costs pennies per serving. So what people would say, and if we would dig into it more, say, what's your favorite ugali? And why do you like it? And they wouldn't have a reason. Mostly, they would. Oh, I like it because it's sweet, or it's good nutrition. They typically would boil down to, well, I've had it my whole life. I'm used to it, and so when I got it, I didn't really know what to expect, and it was overwhelmingly plain. It would be hard for anybody to say, I dislike this food. To me, oatmeal has more flavor of a strong flavor. Like plain rice. Who is not like a jasmine rice or some type of plain white rice, almost like a blank slate. That's kind of what the ugali was like. Didn't really have much flavor, but I was able to eat it, and I had it with some vegetables, and it was fine. And I'm glad I ordered that, and glad I got to try that. But people like what they're used to. We're all the same. They asked me what I like. I like chocolate. I like ice cream. I like meat, and sure, I like some vegetables and bread and pizza and cheeseburgers. Okay, the list is kind of big, and none of those foods are good for me. But I've been eating these foods since I was a little kid. And sure, I've introduced new foods in my diet as an adult, but people like what they're used to. Same thing with jiu-jitsu. And if you're a coach or a gym owner and every day is chaos, one day everybody comes in and you stretch, and then you do a technique, and then you roll for 15 minutes. People get in that routine, and they like that. If every day they come in, they have no idea what to expect. Straight up rolling the whole time, unannounced. One day we didn't, you don't roll at all. One day jiu-jitsu is more of a yoga class, or maybe it's a group discussion about a technique. That's kind of chaotic, and people are going to have a hard time adapting to that. If you have a day, let's just say on, Monday mornings, it's all technique. Perfect. But when people expect a certain thing and they're used to that thing, they're going to like it. And same thing with your actual jiu-jitsu. What are your favorite techniques? Why are they your favorite techniques? Because you're more proficient at them. And you're more proficient at them because you gravitated towards that one thing. And you probably had some resemblance of this favorite technique a long time ago in your jiu-jitsu. If you've been training for 4 years and your favorite technique is, a sweep and an armbar combination, I bet you've been doing that for a little while. Maybe the sweep developed first, maybe the armbar developed first, so you finally combine these two things. People like what they're familiar with. And I thought about that with the ugali, and it wasn't bad food. It was very economical, and it gave nutrition, but it definitely wasn't good. Like people are calling that their favorite thing to eat. It's reliable. You're not going to get sick by eating undercooked ugali, like maybe meat or, meat that's been left out. They also don't have like refrigeration the same way we do. So routinely, if you're going to have a meat, you need to go buy that, on your way home from work, or, you need to get that at the market. And there's be lots of little markets and stands with meat. But you get that fresh. And maybe it's fresh, or maybe it's been sitting there for too long in the sun. So ugali, safe. Not a strong thing. But it's a common dish served in that area. And people have grown to like it. So, I don't know, take it for what it's worth. Hopefully you've maybe contemplated your jiu-jitsu, or if you're changing gyms and maybe you moved or something happened at your old gym and this gym is just different. Give it some time, try to adapt, and once you do that, you'll be eating the ugali and you'll love it. So if you want to support the podcast, check us out on Patreon or download our audiobook, Your First Year in BJJ. It's in our store. Hope you have a great day, my friend, and stay sweaty.